Hi guys, many people have many questions in their mind regarding COVID-19, like how many people are going to die, how we can predict this, what does science suggest, what is the impact on economy, when is a vaccine expected, and how long is this going to last. And some people really believe that 1, 2 or 3 week lockdown would sort out the entire problem. Is that really the case? This video is based on scientific research and data modeling that we have so far collected. It's not about to create a panic, but bring awareness in order to create a sense of responsibility. Some of the facts and modeling that I'm going to share may sound frightening and overwhelming, but please don't panic, be calm and be considerate. I'm also going to discuss a combination of social science, medical science and data modeling, and share with you the results from research report from Imperial College of London. They are one of the best universities and always known to provide a world-leading research in medical sciences. What is COVID-19 coronavirus? Now, let me tell you that we had other coronavirus attacks in the past, which some of you, I believe, already know that, such as SARS virus. And if you remember, there was an outbreak in 2002. It was originated from bat that resulted in the death of 800 people with a total cases of 8,000 and a fatality rate of 10%, pretty high. And just after 10 years later, in 2012, we had another coronavirus attack, which was named MERS. Again, that was originated from bat, which killed 850 people with a total number of cases 2,500 and fatality rate was 3.4%. And now in 2019, that the world witnessed another coronavirus attack called Covid-19, similarly originated from a bat species, which caused a death of 31,771 so far, with a total cases of 678,000 and closed cases of 178,000. So with the closed cases, the fatality rate is 17%, and with the total cases, the fatality rate is 4.7%. But that 4.7% is not an accurate figure because the fatality rate is likely going to go higher as the cases are going to close down. Now, one thing is common in all those three COVID-19 coronavirus diseases, that they all started from bat and transmitted through an intermediary animal to a human being. And that really made me think that maybe when it was originated back in December 2019, the world has put a blind eye on it because they might have thought it is related to a SARS or MERS and it is not going to cause as much chaotic damage to the entire world. But that certainly is not the case. Now, COVID-19 is a new disease and data is slightly changing on a day-by-day basis. Therefore, any modeling that is done to date is subject to changes. What researchers did so far, they've used the data modeling to predict what could have happened with COVID-19 spread based on the trend and information so far. In the modeling, you will see that fatality rate is directly related to our choices and actions. We have several choices, and based on our choice we choose, how strictly we follow that, fatality rate is going to differ. It is very clear that this pandemic is causing a huge disruption to not only modern societies, but also to our economy. Now, before I walk you over the scientific report and some of the graphs, let's establish a few things that may help you to understand that modern well. There's something called reproductive ratio. It's a spreadability, which means that how many people can one person infect. At the moment with the COVID-19 is 2 to 3 people, which means one person could infect between 2 to 3 people. And then there's something called SI, it's called series interval, which shows how long does it take on average to infect other individuals. Currently with COVID-19, it takes on average of 5 days for one person to infect 2 to 3 individuals. Now, if we take those two indicators into account, then assuming that we have 1,000 people infected in the entire world or in one particular part of the world today, it would take them 5 days to infect 3,000 people. And then it would take them another 5 days for those 3,000 to infect 9,000 people. And what we are seeing here is that over the course of 30 days, only 1,000 individuals may end up infecting 1.7 million individuals. This is exponential growth. Imperial College of London estimates the number of people died due to current pandemic of COVID-19, estimate that in the absence of any strategies, COVID-19 would have resulted in 7 billion infections and 40 million deaths globally this year. This is no doubt that it is terrifying fact. These are absolutely unacceptable numbers. If a suppression strategy is implemented at early stage and sustained, then 37.7 million lives could be saved. Let's look at the prediction model. We have a black line which shows that if we do nothing, we will have a very high number of deaths between now and mid-June. Then there is a red line that shows the critical number of beds available for every 100,000 population. And with this, it shows no matter which strategy do we apply, with current number of critical beds, the entire world is going to struggle significantly without increasing our resources. The green line shows that we're taking a number of measures by shutting down the schools, universities, there's different case isolation, by implementing different social distancing strategies. And even then, the results are still overwhelming and frightening. Hence, the model suggests a fourth option with the orange line, where we self-quarantine for people showing symptoms. And even with that, the total number of deaths could be around 1 million or even more. And this is why this model is so frightening, because it shows no matter what we do, there has to be minimum number of people that will have to give their life, unfortunately. What we have seen so far, then this graph represents that we will aim to keep minimum number of people in critical bed at any one point in time so that our medical facilities can cope with it. However, this is now very important that the strategy need to be continuing for a continuous period of time until we have a vaccine. Social distancing happening now and lasting in July, and then easing the lockdown. Then we're beginning social distancing again in August. So that need to be repeated again and again, and it goes till end of 2021. As per science, without the vaccine, we can only delay the disease, but we are not able to end this. Science is suggesting to spread this over a much longer period of time until we have vaccine or any other form of treatment. In current circumstances, the very minimum that we can do is to be responsible, take ownership of our actions, and adhere to the measures implemented by the government. And most importantly, help each other where we can. Thank you.